Position as that ball thrown in by John Denton. Tip now playing into the breeze, and that drizzling rain coming down as well. It should make for a fascinating next 35 minutes. Michael Coleman from his own 65-metre line, lashing it downfield for the first wide of the second half, adding to Galway's 8 wides in the first half. Peter Finnerty there, who did really good work when marking John Leahy in the first half, didn't allow him too much latitude. Tracy under the dropping ball, beaten by Declan Carr, who really is doing his bit in the Tipperary interest. Ollie Kilkenny high up into the air, it breaks down. John Cormack, the substitute introduced just before half-time by Tipperary, out to Michael Coleman again. One of the best of the midfielders. Ken Hogan under the dropping ball with Joe Cooney, wasn't quite sure where it was going. Jerry Burke coming in, missed it completely. Cooney once again, back and full forward, stopped brilliantly by Ken Hogan, followed up by Burke. It came out and Joe Cooney latched onto it fairly smartly. Great angle shot and a brilliant save. Galway now carrying the fight forward. Éanna Ryan once again, the 2-goal hero in the first half, to Michael McGrath. He's got a point, his first point. Galway had 5 forwards starting this second half who hadn't scored. McGrath was one of them, and that's now pegged it back to a 1-point difference. So the followers of the Western team beginning to feel that this match might be turning round. Galway have come out with a very positive attitude in the second half. Let's see, can Tip counter with Nicky English. Driven in smartly towards Fox. Pat Fox once again getting through. A goal! Two and a half minutes into the second half. Pat Fox, the goal scorer, pushing Tipperary firmly ahead. Dovetailing brilliantly with Nicky English. English looking up, seeing that Fox had made a good run. Just inside, Ollie Kilkenny, the old English to Fox, produces another goal. Back at the centre. Some players engaging in pleasantry, shall we say, and I don't think they're discussing the Galway races as Éanna Ryan is called across, and the notebook is out once again, and he becomes the 3rd Galway player to have his name taken by referee John Denton. About 50 metres out from his own end line. Having a good look around, wanting to make sure that every one of the Galway players is covered before he hits it. Low as far as Declan Ryan, trying to round Peter Finnerty. A tight enough angle for Declan Ryan, who might have made better use of it nonetheless. Malone here against Declan Ryan, and that goal I'm sure will have done Tipperary a power of good, having failed to score a goal in the Munster final against Waterford. This is Conor Hayes. Well taken by Conall Bonner. He's got a point a game in each of the 2 matches so far. Looks a bit nervous in his display so far today. John Leahy now at midfield, remember. Closed down by Michael Coleman. It comes, however, to Declan Ryan, blocked, half blocked by Peter Finnerty. Sylvie Lennon taking it out. Left-handed stroke down towards Éanna Ryan, being marked by Paul Delaney. Éanna playing at right half forward, into space. John Heffernan here, not giving too much time to make up his mind about how he'll clear it. Joe Cooney was in very alertly. There's a terrific determination and drive about Galway at the start of this second half. That's Anthony Cunningham there with Colin Flynn getting the little rub down. He may well be in the action very shortly. Burke, and it's over. From a tight angle on a sideline puck, Jerry Burke has got his first point of the afternoon. A goal separating the teams. Bobby Ryan in towards John Cormack. Declan Ryan in towards Cormac Bonner. It breaks out towards Pat Malone. Tracy waiting for it too at centre half back. Malone adding to it across towards Michael Coleman. The ball, however, comes out as far as John Leahy, or Leahy as they call him in Mullinahone, in towards Nicky English. Held, or was he? And the referee racing in. It's a penalty! This is the ball driven in by John Leahy. High into the air. Watch as English was going in, held by Sylvie Lennon. The referee says penalty. The referee wants everybody back. 13 metres. Poised on the goal line and waiting. Lahey, a huge moment and a lot of pressure on his young shoulders. 20 metres from the goal. Here's the penalty. Stopped by John Commons brilliantly. Out to Ollie Kilkenny, but the referee says it's another penalty. He says that the goalkeeper moved out from the goal line before the free was taken. Watch the goalkeeper advance. Most goalkeepers do. And the referee says that there was a defender going in there onto the goal line. A critical moment. Tipperary 1-11, Galway 2-5. And Lahey has come back once again. Tracy on the goal line with Conor Hayes and John Commons. So huge pressure again on John Lahey. Here's his second attempt. He's topped his shot badly. Easily taken by the defence, and it's gone wide. So much to talk about for the 65,000 crowd gathered here at Croke Park this afternoon. Paul Delaney has taken it, and it's gone over the bar. His third point. And back in the goal mouth, high jinks. Bernie O'Connor in there, and Cormac Bonner, and Bernie, one of the selectors, restraining Sylvie Lennon there. The VIP section there with government ministers like Michael O'Kennedy from Tipperary and Bobby Malloy, of course, from Galway. I was recording the point, Paul Delaney's third, as Nicky English picks himself off the ground. A lot of controversy. And a dashing of water there onto the back of Cormac Bonner, which he didn't quite expect. The referee has had a word with Sylvie Lennon and he sent him off. Sylvie's been sent off. The veteran of so many campaigns going in to have a word with English, and I don't think it's an amicable word at that. Tempers spilling over in a controversial semi-final. Finnerty has now gone into the full back line to mark Nicky English. John Heffernan. Well, it's been a controversial semi-final even before it was ever played. John Cormac brilliantly beaten by Sean Tracy. Lovely little touch that time by Tracy, and a sideline ball the outcome. Pat Malone is going to be the taker. Towards Joe Cooney. Well caught by Cooney. Galway needing scores and Cooney providing them. His first point. So that's one back. Having lost Sylvie Lennon, having escaped the penalty miss at the other end, can they now come right back into this match? Jerry McInerney back. Watching two Tipperary players collide in their enthusiasm to get the ball, beaten brilliantly by Cormac Bonner. It's on to Nicky English, and he puts it over the bar with a flawless finish. That's 6 points now for Nicky English. Cormac Bonner takes an awful lot of the credit for a superb lockdown that time. Remember, Jerry McInerney had judged it well, was taking it away, but watch the eyes of Bonner there. Great timing, super skills, and watch for English, as always. But he's now the free man in attack, remember, as Galway are down to 14 men. And that was a nice point. Jerry Burke out there for Galway. This is Ian O'Ryan, the unmistakable style. Good ball across towards Joe Cooney, across the defence. Conor Bonner poking it away from goal, despite the attentions of Anthony Cunningham. Keeping it in play, back to Cooney, who made a lot of good ground inside Bobby Ryan, looking for support from Brendan Linsky. Galway needing a score. Pat Malone here, trying to tee it up for themselves, and finally, good gripping by the Tipperary backs, and it's Declan Carr, who's playing a really good match, justifying his selection by Tipperary. Up to Nicky English, player loose outside John Cormac. Held on. Lovely elegance and skill. Declan Ryan combining well with the master striker. Up to Cormac Bonner. How well he's doing. That's another penalty, I'm sure. It is. Tip, who've missed 2 penalties already, get a third opportunity. Remember, English set it up with Declan Ryan. The high delivery in as far as Cormac Bonner. And there he was held. And there the penalty was awarded. English with Tipperary's third penalty, and he taps it over the bar. Reminiscent of last year's penalty. Keeping Tipperary ahead. 5 points the difference. "18 minutes gone in the second half. Declan Carr tirelessly working at midfield. Up towards John Cormac. Sean Tracy. That's Michael Coleman. one of the busier of the Galway players. This is English out around the half-forward line, getting a lot of more space and leeway in towards Cormac Bonner. Bonner is playing superbly at full forward. And there's another point. That's his second, one in each half. And Tipperary now have a winning look about them. For 16 minutes remaining, plenty of time if Galway are good enough. Great catch by John Lahey. Tip with their tails ahead right now. 6 points the difference. Tracy breaking it up at centre half back. Over the head of Noel Sheehy, John Heffernan going into the breach. However, it's Jerry Burke who takes it out of that little rock of players for Galway. Going for the point himself, and he's got it. The umpires had a quick consultation there. The white flag's been raised, and Jerry Burke's got a second point. Sean Tracy breaking that one up on his own half-back line. Into space. Jerry Burke, the scorer of that last point for Galway. Galway needing a few more of those. 5 points adrift. Towards Brendan Linsky, recovered. Breaks down to Michael McGrath. Galway, how they could do with a goal now. McGrath going through. It's a goal! Oh no, it's a point. Correction, a point. Michael McGrath, the one who took it over the bar, just where he seemed to be aiming it for the top corner. Galway have already introduced 2 substitutes, so they would have won more. Cunningham or Coleman under the dropping ball. Once again, and it's Lahey who takes it away for Tipperary. Inside towards Cleary, it's Cormac Bonner, hand passing it to Nicky English. Tip needing a late score. Losing his balance, the referee says play on. Ollie Kilkenny, it comes towards Cormac Bonner. Lovely pick up by Pat Fox. Beautiful skill by Fox, and stopped on the goal line. Pickfinity getting that one away, injured in the process. Michael Coleman completing the clearance out into the centre to Joe Cooney. The 13 men from Galway not going down by any means without a great fight, and who's to say they're going to go down at all? Lahey, Tipperary still hanging on by 2 points. A minute on my watch remaining. Carr's effort blocked down by Joe Cooney. What skill by Joe Cooney, one of the great young players of our time. Into space, however, and that's where Tipperary have the numerical advantage. Kennedy to Cormac Bonner, and Hurley thrust out that time, I fear. Nicky English puts it over the bar, but the referee's whistle had sounded. English the free taker, and I'm sure he'll opt for the point. He's got 7 already, and he's now got his 8th in this All-Ireland hurling semi-final. Is it to be Tip against Antrim in 4 weeks' time? The game is in injury time. 3 points the difference, and the Tipperary fans ready to cheer the day when their team finally made the breakthrough. In front of an attendance of 64,000, it's Tipperary 117, Galway 211. That's 20 points to 17.
Our main objective was to win and beat Galway today, and it would be nice for us if it was going to be a classic game and a good game of hurling. It's the kind of game we wanted to be part of. I hope we didn't contribute to anything out there, and I don't think we did. We went out to play hurling. It was our intention. We didn't raise any controversy throughout the week, and it was unfortunate for us. As I said, it would have been so much better for us to win, but to win when the game of hurling is that much better, I think it's important with television and all in the present climate.
As far as I could see today, like, it was going to be a tough game from the word go. Like, Galway and Tipperary after meeting, I think, about 5 times now, and the more you often, it's like a club game. The more often you meet, the dirtier it gets. Fellas just know one another's weaknesses, and they'll try their stuff on them and see where they cow them down, where they make them nervous. Like, and I think that's Galway came out, they were hitting hard today. The first half we were hitting hard, and like fellas got involved with one another, nonsense or stuff. You draw an old joke, you might give a dig of a hand of a hurley and develop some there, like, you know. The next fella he'll try the same, and like it's a pity to see fellas getting hit off the ball. It isn't the game that, as you said, people like to see.
Well, it's over and done with. The final now pairing Tipperary versus Antrim. What are your anticipations for that?
I think we're good enough to beat Antrim, but I wouldn't underrate Antrim, because in the past 3 years, in Dundalk 2 years ago, Kilkenny were very lucky to beat Antrim. Last year, as Babs starting for Ken Hogan took off 2 great saves for us, we were in trouble with Antrim. So no one want to underrate Antrim at this stage.
Our first league game that we've played against Antrim was a tough enough one to crack, and as Antrim came down here to play Offaly, who are red hot favourites today, we know what happened, and we leave nobody run away with themselves until next month.
So then, a unique pairing in the All-Ireland final, the first ever meeting of Tipperary and Antrim. Let me turn again to Donald O'Grady. Donald, certainly no hurling classic today. Even Tip there a bit muted after the game because of the way it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, I think both sets of supporters were coming up today looking for a classic, like we said last year's All-Ireland, particularly 87 in the semi-final. But there was too much to lose on both sides today. Galway didn't want to lose and neither did Tip, and you get a type of negative game then. And there were some nasty incidents in it, really. It deteriorated, I think, from half-time on.
We might have a look at those again in a moment, but first of all, Tipperary, they deserve to win today, no question about that. Showed an awful lot of composure under pressure.
Well, I think their first half display carried them a long way towards their victory, really. They were very sharp. They were on top the whole time. They got acres of room from the Galway backs, but they took their chances when they came away. Michael Cleary had time to look around, look at the post and just slot it over the bar. That was Galway giving far too much latitude. Nicholas English ran 10 yards here, Sylvie's 10 yards adrift from him, quick free and over the bar. These were the type of scores that Tip picked off in the first half, put Galway under ferocious pressure.
Well, as the game went on, it began to fall apart. There was an awful lot of Galway anger afterwards about the referee John Denton and his handling of the match. Now, how did you see it?
Well, you don't like judging referees really on incidents, but overall today I thought that he was very poor. There's a terrible incident there with John Lahey striking with the hurley. That's a deliberate striking with the hurley, is a sending off offence. 6 months, I think, suspension. No, he should have been in and acted quicker on that one. The sending off of Sylvie, which comes up here really, I didn't see the incident, but again he was very slow to come in to sort matters out. Bernie O'Connor was on the field there as well. No place for the officials. They were on and off the field all day, and I think there'll be hefty fines there meted out to both Galway and Tip on that one.
Well, there should be.
But John Denton, very slow to come in and assert his authority there. And, well, this one really, a very nasty one there by Michael McGrath. No option with the referee was to send him off. But you see Argy Bargy there again by Joe Cooney, Brendan Linsky, right, having a chat to the referee. I mean, these things have to be cut out. I think they're bad for the game. They shouldn't be in the game in the first place.
Yeah. Donald, Galway went into this game today, I felt, with an awful lot of anger, particularly over the Tony Keady affair. Then there was an interview today in the Sunday Tribune with Brendan Linsky in which he accused the GAA of picking a ref to suit Tipperary. Your thoughts on that?
Well, really, the oldest ply in the book really is to come out on the press and criticise the referee. That's an old ply that'll make sure that the ref will maybe turn on your side because he's been criticised by the players. But I mean, Galway might have directed their anger in the second half, maybe when they got a bit frustrated. But all in all, I think that the first 20 minutes they were very subdued. Just only after 20 minutes they began to play, and they began to play like Galway. And indeed, apart from falling missiles and dreadful silly frees, I think they might have taken Tip today. But they got frustrated definitely because I felt that John Denton, trying to let the play go on. I think he missed some frees on Galway players, and then subsequently Galway fouled Tip and he picked them up on that, and I think they went on from there and they got more frustrated as the game went on. But a poor handling display by John Denton all round.
Finally, Donald, your man of the match selection briefly.
It came down to a whisker really between Cormac Bonner, full forward, and John Commons of Galway, but I picked John Commons. I thought he was very brave. He was under severe pressure all the time from the Tipperary forwards, but he did excellently today. OK, Donald, with some consolation then for Galway, but I'm afraid it was a bad day all around at Croke Park today for Galway because their minors